we are going to make a drawing file for this part here as part of our linear measurement using US Customary units, inches. And so we're gonna do that in Inventor. So I'm going to shrink my screen down, push this off into this corner so I can still see it. Here's my Inventor, it's already open. So I just need to start a new file by default. If I select a new file, a new part, if I default by just clicking here, automatically Inventor will set up a part file in inches. So we need to, and you can see that this whole part is one uniform thickness. So if we sketch this outline correctly, we can just make one extrusion and we'll be done. So there's a couple things with this drawing that are going to be the first time. So if I start a new 2D sketch, I'm going to go against the XY plane. I'm going to move the origin. I'm going to put this point right here as my origin. So I'm going to start a line command and go along the bottom edge. So start at the origin and go along the bottom edge. See along the bottom edge, the measurement is 2.75 inches. So I'm going to go type in 2.75, hit enter, zoom out a little bit, pan back over, and now I need to go up here so I can see that this extension line goes in line there, so it's a height of 1 inch. So put my mouse vertical, see 90 degrees, type in 1, enter. And then back here, this edge is exactly 1. So go horizontal to the left and type in 1, enter. Then it's up. And you can see right here that it is up 0.25 inches. So I go up and I type in, so up, there you go. I type in 0.25, enter, then horizontally across again, 1, down 0.25. There's two ways to do this. I can go down and type in 0.25, or if I line it up here on the green dot and then just kind of drag my mouse over carefully, you see how it automatically kind of does it for me in line there. You have to be really careful with the mouse. The easier thing definitely is to line your mouse up and then just type in 0.25, hit enter. All right, and then you see this rounded edge here. We can't do that right away, so I'm going to put in just an edge that goes straight over and straight down. So I've gone over 1, 2, and it goes over 2.75, so I know I need to go over 0.75, the last part. So I type in 0.75, enter, and then I just go vertically straight down. I see the green dot, and I click, and I'm done. All right, with the outline. All right, but on the inside, so we're going to take care of this hole on the inside first. This is a hole that goes all the way through. All right, so it's a hole with a diameter, a circle with a diameter of 0.5 inches. So I go circle. I don't know exactly where to place it right away. I have some dimensions. I'll deal with that later. But I'm just going to place it approximately where I think it should go, and then I start going out. And you can see that this dimension is the diameter. You see this symbol here means diameter. So I'm going to type in 0.5, hit enter, and there's my circle. So I have the right size circle, but it's not located correctly. So I know it needs to be from this left edge over to the center of the circle, it needs to be 1.25 inches. And so I hit the dimension command, and so from this bottom corner to the center, click both of them, and then I drag my mouse down. I see it's 1.25. Wow, somehow I managed to put it in exactly the right number, which is incredible. I don't know how I did that, but I'm just going to type in 1.25. All right, it's placed. And then dimension again. And so the height now I know needs to be from the bottom edge to here needs to be 0.75. So I click on the edge and the center again. And now it's not the right number, it's 0.829, which is not correct. So again, I place it and I type in 0.75, I hit enter, and I see the circle move down to where it needs to go. So now my circle is placed correctly. All right, now I need to take care of this edge, and it's a rounded edge. What this is called is a fillet. When it's a rounded edge, it's called a fillet. You see that word right here, F-I-L-L-E-T. So I click on the fillet command, and it shows me that the radius right here, the radius of that fillet, R means radius, is 0.25. And so here, instead of 0.125, I need to type in 0.25, hit enter, and then, so there I go. It's a fillet of 0.25. Then when this menu is open, I click on the two edges, that I need to put the fillet in, and you see that it puts in a rounded edge for me, and it's a rounded edge of 0.25. All right, we are officially done with our sketch. Click Finish Sketch, zoom out. We're going to extrude this. It automatically guesses at an extrusion of 1 inch. We're not going to do that. The extrusion is 0.5 inches, so I type in 0.5. And then I click on the area, and you see how it only extrudes the part that I want, not the circle. If I want to do the circle too, I can click on it, but I don't want to. So I click OK, and there you go. I'm done. So there's my part. Let's go ahead and save it. So I'm going to save it as US Customary. Linear measurement practice. Save. Go back to my home screen. Start a drawing file. All this same stuff. Adjust my sheet. So I'm going to edit the sheet, change it to an A size sheet. Okay. Base. I'm gonna. It guesses at the last part I just did, so that's good. That's my front view. Here's my top view. Here's my right view. Here's my isometric view. 1-to-1 scale. It all fits nice. Say OK. Now I can start doing some dimensions. So I go to annotate. Let's see. I'm going to dimension the top of this thing. So I'm going to do that baseline dimension again. So from the baseline, so if this is my baseline, I'm going to dimension to here, and to here. So I clicked on each of those with a normal left click, then I right click, say continue. I go up to the top. I place it by clicking normally. I right click again, and I click create. All right. I'm going to dimension the height now. So I want to dimension. This is my baseline right here. I'm going to dimension to the center of the circle. I'm going to, oops, sorry, I chose the wrong dimension. I want the baseline. So this is my baseline. I want to dimension to the center, which it doesn't seem to want to put that in there. So I'm going to escape out. What I forgot to do is I need to put a center mark, this little plus sign looking thing. So to put a center mark, you go up here. You see where it says center mark. So I need to put a center mark for the circle. There I go. Now I can do the baseline. So here's my base. From there, I want to go up to the center. And then I want to go to this edge and then that edge. Right click, continue, go off to the side here, place it, right click, create. All right, now what I need to do are my, in order to get the diameter of my circle, I could put in a leader right here. Or what's a little bit easier to do is you see my hidden lines here. Those hidden lines on my top view show the diameter of my circle. So I can just do a dimension from this point to this point, go down, and I see that my diameter is 0.5 inches. Say OK. I'm just trying to check, do I have any other dimensions? I need the dimension of this fillet. All right, so there I will use a leader. So I'll make this full screen. I will click on text leader, I believe, or so if I click on dimension and okay, there you go. That's what it is. I click on dimension, and then if I click on a fillet, it will automatically know that I want to, I believe, nope. All right, leader, nope. Escape out of that. All right, I'm going to come back and dimension the fillet in just a minute.